All right, guys, we have a lot to discuss here. So, yesterday, I know many of you who watch this channel are investors in the stock market. And even if you don't think you are, if you have a 401k, which you should, then congratulations, you're a stock market investor, right? So, the stock market absolutely crashed like crazy yesterday, went down tremendously. A lot of individual stocks went down a lot. You had stocks like Nvidia that was down 10%, Tesla was down huge, and it all stemmed from Trump's tariffs. And here's essentially what happened. There's a guy named Gary Black. I don't have that tweet pulled up, but he's like a Wall Street guy, and he kind of summed it up perfectly. He kind of posted this angry tweet where he was like, "I can't believe Trump is actually doing this. This is terrible," and blah blah blah, and oh my god. And I think that's how the stock market felt. I think even though Trump said numerous times that he was going to do it, I don't think the stock market believed him. I don't think Wall Street believed him. Wall Street was like, there's no way he's going to really do this. He really did it. When Wall Street figured out that he was really going to do it, which, by the way, today is Tuesday, the tariffs have officially gone into effect. Once they realized that he finally did that, stock market crashed, lost about $1.7 trillion in market cap yesterday or whatever. It was crazy. But anyway, the pain is not over. Now it says here, U.S. stock futures extend losses after suffering worst day of 2025. It looks like today is going to be another day of pain, all caused by President Donald Trump. Let me go ahead and read this thread right here. This Twitter account right here actually made a really good thread on what exactly is happening. So let me just go ahead and read that. It says here, a lot happened last night. As of 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, largest U.S. tariff hike since 1930 went live, and China has announced 15% retaliatory tariffs. By the way, Mexico just announced retaliatory tariffs as well, and I believe Canada is going to do the same. The S&P 500 and crypto are now extending two-day losses to a massive $2 trillion. Here's what you need to know today, a thread. The U.S. officially placed blanket 25% tariffs on both Canada and Mexico last night. This comes 1 month after these tariffs were delayed on a deal with President Trump. China's tariffs have also doubled from 10% to 20% as Trump ramps up pressure in the global trade war. Let me pause real quick and just say something. I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying this is nothing new. Donald Trump did tariffs when he first got elected president in 2016. His first term as president, he imposed tariffs and blah, blah, blah. But here's what those people are missing. When Donald Trump imposed those tariffs in his first term, he only imposed it on certain things, steel, aluminum, different things like that. The difference this time is he is imposing tariffs on all imports. That is a big difference. And that has not been done since apparently the 1930s from what I've seen on the internet. So let's continue to read this thread. At a high level, these tariffs function like a tax on goods coming into the U.S. Simply put, $100 of goods coming into the U.S. from Canada/Mexico will now cost $125. The U.S. imported $910 billion from Canada and Mexico in 2023. Many of these goods will cost 25% more to import. Immediately after the U.S. tariffs went live, Canada's retaliatory tariffs hit. Canada has now imposed 25% tariffs against $155 billion of U.S. goods, beginning with $30 billion effective immediately. The remaining $125 billion will be live over the next 21 days. So essentially what you have here is an all-out trade war. The U.S. is imposing their tariffs, and Mexico and China and et cetera are responding. Now, because our economy is so huge, we're going to be able to hurt them a lot more than they're going to be able to hurt us. Like, I've seen articles that said that these tariffs could very well put Canada into a recession, but the United States is definitely going to feel some pain as well. If this continues and the stock market keeps selling off and all this money keeps going away, it's going to affect jobs, in my opinion. People are going to lose their jobs. People have already been losing their jobs, but it's going to get worse. And then I saw an article that said that car prices could go up as much as $12,000, which is absolutely insane because of the tariffs. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. To put this in, I skipped a part. Minutes later, at 12:37 a.m., China announced further retaliatory tariffs against the U.S. China is now imposing tariffs up to 15%. Okay, they already said that. To put this into perspective, 40% of all U.S. imports come from China, Canada, Mexico. Auto industry imports from Canada and Mexico total $80 billion per year. $97 billion of crude oil comes from Canada each year, and $55 billion in phones come from China to the U.S. Meanwhile, crypto markets are extending their losses. Since Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, crypto's market cap has fallen from 3.11 trillion to 2.69 trillion. That's 420 billion in market cap in 36 hours. So anyway, it says here the only safe haven that is surging now is gold. That's actually not true. If you look at the healthcare and insurance sector in the stock market, that's actually rallying as well. A lot of healthcare stocks as well as insurance have not gone down. They've actually been going up. And so those are kind of viewed as safe havens as well. So it's not just gold. They're wrong about that. There are some stocks that are safe havens. Progressive Insurance was up. Some of the healthcare stocks, I don't remember off the top of my head, but somebody sent me like a chart of it where I could see it. And healthcare and insurance seems to be up too. So there is some safety. But anything risk, like Bitcoin or any of these risky stocks that have gone up a lot, these like high growth stocks like Nvidia and Tesla and stuff, gotten absolutely destroyed. It's really those safety value kind of stocks. No, I'm not saying every insurance stock is a value one, but you get the point. Okay. So to sum it up, we now have 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico to U.S., 25% tariff goods except energy from Canada to U.S., 20% tariffs on many goods from China to U.S., 10%. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's what you got. Trump has kicked off an all-out trade war. Some people think it's awful. I'm definitely not a fan of the tariffs at all. I will be honest with you. But some people think that it is temporary pain that will, in the long term, be helpful for the United States of America. We'll see if that's true. Crazy situation. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.